proud of you guys. Good, okay. It is now 3 o'clock. We will call the meeting to order. Do we have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Do we have a motion to consider the minutes from the last month's meeting, the December 11th?
I just have two quick questions. On the second page, down under F, new business, spring retreat, we said March 3rd, and I think it got changed to the 10th?
It did, but not in that meeting.
Okay.
So this
I couldn't remember whether we had done that at the meeting or whether we had done that afterwards.
No, I was a nuisance after the fact.
You were?
Yeah.
We did it for you, didn't we, Calder?
We need you to be there, so definitely.
Okay.
That,
And-
the third is the
The third is what we were
statewide
thinking
primary.
at the meeting,
Okay.
but later after the meeting was done, we
We
changed it.
did change it, so the 10th is still good then?
Yeah.
Okay, and then under G, just a clarification because it sounds amazing. It says the chamber has 65 new members with 12 new businesses.
No, 65 total.
Okay,
65.
I was like, damn, that's like, whoa.
Second me and you got on that board there, it skyrocketed. What
I did
happened?
leave a long time ago.
Wow.
It would be awesome.
Yeah, we just
Got it.
really expanded
Get out.
our territory.
Okay, so I move with just that one little minor change to approve the minutes.
Do we have a motion to approve the amended minutes under section G?
I motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Diving into our financial report. Steve's a little late. Yeah. We can go over invoices paid while we're waiting on Steve. If you want to read over those, Ms. Kate.
Yeah, we did, the town of Beach Mountain paid our spectrum bill because it was overdue, and so then we repaid them. That's why the first thing says spectrum, but it's actually paid to the town of Beach Mountain, because they just used their credit card, got it all cleaned up, and then we repaid them. And then we did half of the fireworks for the 4th of July. We made our deposit. And then we had our ads in High Country Press, and then one of them is the December and one of them's the October ad. And then we had Carolina Mountain Life, a full page this time. Then we reimbursed me on office supplies, event stuff, and then we reimbursed me on my travel. I just turn in travel every quarter, so you're not going to see that every month. It's just easier. And then we reimbursed Elena for half of her hours in the visitor center, and then chamber pays the other half. And then the Our State magazine ad. And if y'all have not seen Our State magazine, we did
Man.
not pay for the beautiful coverage on the front cover, but
Killer.
there is the brick oven and there is the mountain behind it on the front cover. And it's really,
That looks really
good.
great.
So besides it, there's a nice article in there too.
All right, thank you, Ms. Kate.
You're welcome.
Mr. Steve, if you can give the financials.
Sure, I apologize for being a little late,
Sir, you're fine.
got caught up.
Yes, sir.
For the month of November, the gross receipts to the innkeepers on Beach Mountain, or those that rent, was $699,187, translated into a remittance of tax of $40,907. If you go over to your budget report, we had 32,000, almost 32,700 from Watauga, 8,214 from Avery, some miscellaneous is almost 2,000, and our interest is still quite healthy at $230,000 or $230. $43,133 total revenues for the month collected here in Town Hall for December, which is for y'all November. $32,496 in expenditures for the month, leaving us with a balance over on our budget of $30,851.
So, correct me if I'm
On
wrong,
the I'm sorry,
is that the busiest December we've had on record so far?
let's see. We can go back,
Well, it's for November, it is the busiest November
Or
that
for,
you've
okay,
ever
my
had.
apologies, November.
yeah,
Yep, in the history of all time.
yeah,
Yeah.
looks like it.
I mean, was it the Thanksgiving week or what, I mean, that's a
Had to be
huge.
Thanksgiving.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
It's
you know-
50% more than
Yeah.
last
The
year.
resort opened
Yeah, opened
earlier.
early.
That's right, they opened
A
the
week
weekend
earlier.
before. so
Yeah.
it got big.
Weather, travel weather was good.
How many
It's
weddings did we
snowed.
have at the barn?
We did.
Yeah, they were
None?
closed.
Wow.
No
That's a
wedding. So it
phenomenal
was,
idea.
Yeah, that's
it
why I
was the
pointed
resort
out.
opening, and then, we had a whole bunch of hikers that came in too, so it was a good month.
So the warm weather helped us this time.
That's awesome. Sorry to interrupt, Steve.
Oh, no, I was just gonna point you towards your bank balances there. Looks like I need to get all those on one page in the future, but,
We're good.
total balance of $376,681.
We like having so much money, it
Yeah.
goes on to the next page.
So, I'll probably, Kate and I have talked about it a little bit. We'll probably explore it a little bit further the next day or two, transferring some more money to the Capital Management Trust, just to get that interest dollars flowing a little bit more. So, I don't know. Kate, you gave me the revised November? Yeah, I didn't have that one with me.
Yeah, revised November, actually, I did not, I decided not to complicate it by giving them November.
Okay.
Since December,
Okay.
all the corrections from November rolled into December.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
There were some revisions. Remember, we did not approve a financial report in our November meeting, which was the October report. We didn't approve it because it didn't look right.
Yeah.
And as it turns out, it was not quite right. But then Steve built off of that and made you the December report, which is correct to date.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thanks for making the corrections.
Sure.
Yeah. And thank you for coming back and staying with us.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's like a Supreme Court justice. You're never allowed to leave.
I hope that's true.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
Do we have a motion to accept the invoices paid for December and the financial report? Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, next, under old business, we have maps, and we have a presentation from Mr. Preston Yates. You have the floor, sir.
Do you want to approve?
Oh, wait, just a second.
You just did the invoices.
Rebecca, did we want Rebecca to update us real quickly on the taxing? She sent out the letters. Oh, poor Preston. I'm so sorry.
Chopped liver.
He's
Chopped
lost his
liver.
momentum now.
So actually, I meant to say Rebecca.
So, because Rebecca had sent out some letters last month, and then she got some response from people, and
We did, we sent out 26 letters again the end of this month for people that had paid October but didn't pay November, or the end of December, we sent them out. So far, we've had 39 people this month of December call back to let us know that they are renting through VRBO. So VRBO is remitting their taxes. That's out of the people that we've been sending the letters to that we didn't receive any of the forms from this month. So we're gonna keep doing that each month until we try to get it to where we're receiving everybody's.
Sure.
And I'm gonna look at STR helper again this month and send out letters for the non-compliant again. I'm not really sure how many's still on there. I know we took off a bunch, but they update them regularly, so I hadn't got to look at it in a couple weeks, so I'll look at it again this month.
So you didn't use the STR last month?
I have not used the STR helper last month. I mean, the last time we sent the letters out.
Was
but-
November?
Yeah.
Do
Okay.
you find it to be helpful, the SDR helper, for what we're paying?
I think we would be better off to do it maybe every couple years. I don't think it's beneficial to do it every year for the amount of money that they're wanting for it.
Yes,
I think it would be better to, every couple year, maybe do it for a year and then let it go again, but for the money, whenever we sent the in-house letters, we got more response from the in-house letters, sending them out than we have from letters from the STR helper. The STR helper just helps us find the ones that we don't know about on the mountain, yeah.
Now, do you have that on any kind of a grid or a sheet so we would be able to kind of balance how we did it in the
Nothing.
past?
All we did was we sent out a letter to every homeowner on the mountain, whether they rent the house or whether they didn't. So we went through the tax base, built a list off of value of homes, and we sent that letter out to everybody. We found a lot of people not renting the houses that way.
But so far, when we think people aren't compliant, pretty much they've been.
Yeah, pretty
actually
much it's VRBO. Yeah, Airbnb or VRBO. They provide me with something from them showing where they are renting and paying with them. So, I mean, and even in the STR helper, if you go down through there and you click on a house, it's going to show you that their listings through Airbnb. So, I mean,
It'd be cheaper to pay a staff person to go through the VRBO
That'd be pretty much.
website.
When's our 2-year contract up with them, Kate?
June 30th. So we can
Yeah.
choose to renew or not before
Yeah.
then, so.
and I mean, their price went up a lot, didn't it, Kate?
It did.
Yeah, a lot.
So it's,
Well, it's actually, you're gonna have to make a decision before June 30th.
Yeah, 'cause they want it
in
by March.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and also in between, the letter that you sent to everyone that owned on Beach Mountain, couldn't we include that same letter as part of the utility newsletter?
We could
out?
send that out in the utility billing. We could send a letter out to every utility customer.
But the reason why it was so effective was it came from her.
It did
as the
come from me as the
tax
tax administrator.
And it just appeared in the
Oh,
mailbox by itself.
Legally-ish.
And they thought she'd already copied.
Yeah, they thought they were caught because they called me and they tell me, I know my neighbor told on me. I know my neighbor told on me. Well, no, they didn't, you did.
You
So,
should say, yeah, you're right.
yeah, so I mean, that's how we called a lot of people, was by that
So
way.
if you put it in the utility billing, everybody thinks, oh, everybody gets this.
Most
They
people
probably
doesn't look
don't
at that
know.
stuff anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so,
So I think it would be maybe in like February or March, send out another one of those letters to all the homeowners and see how that goes.
yeah.
I think that would be more to benefit than continuing with the STR helper.
Why wait till February or March?
This is tax season.
Makes sense, it's
Yeah.
just not rental season.
Yeah, it's not just rental season, it's
Yeah.
tax season. So I mean, I'll have more time in February or March than I do right now.
And you have had like 50 to 55 houses turn over in
Oh,
ownership
yeah.
this past year, so.
And we've been
that's
catching a lot of those
people.
that aren't renting, that are renting, that didn't know anything about the occupancy tax either.
I found out a cool statistic today. Last year, 233 homes were purchased on Beach Mountain.
Wow.
Which is a much bigger number than before.
Yeah.
And then currently in inventory, sales inventory, 104 properties. So that's low inventory.
Yeah, it is.
So,
You're
good numbers.
reaching equilibrium to where you'll get your asking price on things. So the buyer's market is about done.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks
Anything
for
else?
that.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're up, Preston.
And actually, sorry,
Sorry,
Preston, to
Preston.
backtrack, do we have a motion to approve? Because we have, Steve said, move some
Yeah,
funds.
we approved Steve's, but hers is just an informational report.
I'm talking about the funds, moving it from a little bit of money to the capital for the interest savings.
Well, he doesn't have an amount to move yet. Do you want me just to?
That's what I'm saying, should we approve it, or?
Not without an amount.
That's what I'm
No,
saying,
no,
yeah,
no,
so I
no.
can't, okay.
Yeah, part of, when we get to who's actually requested their money so far, part of why we went ahead and got all that done was so we could see what was a good amount to move. Because if we had like 150,000 outstanding that might be requested, we didn't want to have the money moved out. so-
Okay, so for now, we'll just table that then?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, sorry, Mr. Preston.
And another thing, no, just kidding.
So I have a few of these to hand out. I got larger ones to hand out.
Yay, show and tell.
We have three, so.
Calder gets his own?
We're looking at it upside down.
Oh, yeah, that's private property.
Nah, let's check it out.
You wanna write on here, write a note?
Okay.
All right, what you have before you basically is a draft version of the newer map. What we were trying to do is combine the trails map and the road map into a single map. A lot of the information has been maintained. Some of the information that we had to lose was the little symbols for the different activities at the parks. My thinking is that can probably go on the back with the descriptions of the parks or however we do that. Some of currently the parks aren't located on there. My intent is to basically put a park symbol, like a picnic table and a tree, at each of the parks and label them, and some of those things. But everything else on there, if there's any changes, corrections, modifications, anything like that, just let me know. We'll make those changes. Any questions?
You go first.
Well, two things. Any fire stations listed on this?
They are. The symbols for some reason had problems when they converted, so they're actually a hollow cross instead of the red one.
Okay.
We'll change those back to the red one so they're a little more.
Yeah, they're both on there.
Okay.
They're
And
just
then
white.
So could you?
I remember. Oh,
Could you make that red?
I'm sorry.
Could you make that red in the interior?
Yeah, that's I think better than that.
and then I remember off the old map, we were trying to go for a legend with all any kind of symbol that a visitor could identify. You know, obviously we know what a skier looks like, but
Yeah.
we still have to make it as easy as possible.
Yeah, I think a legend will probably go right there where the north arrow is currently. That's kind of the open blank space that I have left.
Yes,
And move that north arrow. But yeah, I will put a legend on there
yes, sir.
once I get everything on there.
Yeah.
Those are my questions for now.
Okay.
The parking symbol, that's great that you've got that on there because we do get questions on that one. The little double hiker dude, do we need that everywhere? Because
Well, that was to locate the trailheads, and that's what it's going to be identified. We can use a different symbol, or that was something that came out of when we redid the parks or the trail map. Was they wanted to identify where the trailheads were and where the parking places were.
because you have the alphabet, right? Isn't it Trail A is Emerald Outback? Couldn't you just put the A on top of where the trailhead is?
Probably. We could put the marker, you're saying put the marker where some of them do have, yeah, I guess we could put it on both ends where the trail ends.
Whether it's this way or
And we could just label that in the legend as a trailhead as well.
okay. I was just trying to, because sometimes your little hiker dudes are on top of your parking and.
Yeah, it gets a
I know
little.
you're trying to clear as
Yeah.
much off as you
Yeah.
can, so. The other thing, and maybe Sean's here, right? Do you? Hey, how are we doing on the trail around Buckeye Lake? And should we dot it on this one so that we can use this map and not have to reprint so soon?
Sure. Be honest with you, I would just go ahead and make it a permanent trail. It's already flagged off.
Yay!
I mean, the money's there. I've told the guy that's building it, I want it done by Memorial Day weekend.
Okay.
So we are pushing.
So we should put
forward.
that on this map.
I would just go ahead and put it. I was looking at it. Yes. I can kind of get better coordinates, because I don't have the GIS specs just yet for it. But the black dotted lines, that can be
Yeah, I
completely
thought we talked
removed.
about taking that all the way off. Did you just want to remove
Yeah,
that?
because it is gone.
Just take K out completely.
And then, did we update? That looks a little different. Emerald
I
Outback.
think this is updated, but I'll have to check and see if it's
Okay.
still.
That was the only thing I saw. But yeah, I would do the lake loop
So
on it.
is there any other changes, Sean, that have been made in terms of any of our trails that we need to get rid of, or?
No. As we were just saying, we're just going to make sure that Emerald Outback is correct, since we
Okay.
actually have that redone this past year. Everything else is accurate, though. We should be good.
And I'm sorry, Kate, you had done work on which lower and upper pond, but that was all existing, right?
Yes, it didn't change the trail any.
Okay.
Everything's still the same.
Still
there.
the same spot
Yeah.
where it was and everything? And no new restrooms or anything?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm glad we got rid of all the lines, what are you called?
Topographic.
Topo lines?
Yeah, that cleaned it up so much more.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of the flip side, and you were gonna like jazz it up and make it more, not you, Preston, you don't get to do anything jazzy.
Yeah, I'll leave that to the graphics expert.
Yes,
Sorry.
Mr. You were gonna jazz it up and bring it into the 21st century,
Mm-hmm.
and did you do that?
I have not done anything with
Okay.
that just yet.
Okay, cool beans.
I've got the write-ups. We were, in our meeting that we had a couple months ago, we were going to shorten some of it and
Yeah.
try to suppress it, and then possibly do I don't know, we had mentioned having on the other side the entire Emerald Outback map itself, including that, so I don't know if that's something we still want to do,
That
but,
would be great if we could do that.
yeah.
Because when you take all those, if you just left the wording like it is, but you took all the spaces out in those descriptions, you
Yeah.
have a lot of room.
oh yeah, and there's a lot of leading in between the lines, so we can fix that and make it tighter.
My question, on the Emerald, on the EMO inset, everything is green. And would there be a way to actually make?
Color coded correctly with,
Delineate it the way the trails are up there?
We had run out of colors, I
Yeah.
remember.
We could, I mean, the problem is, yeah, they run out of colors, but it's the identifying it in the legend would create another area that, you know, it's
So
gonna be.
in the legend, it's
And
named
if we're
the
gonna put-
wrong thing. It doesn't say Emerald Outback. It says.
Emerald.
Emerald Outback,
Emerald
yeah.
Outback.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just a mountain hiking trail.
So is the purpose of this map for trails?
I think it's for both.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's to give them one piece of information that shows them the roads and the trails, and on the back has the blurbs and the Emerald Outback, because we're giving out $1.50 for every person who walks in there. And this would be giving out 50 cents for every person who walks in.
Well. I think it is cool in terms of highlighting the specific trails. Ski resort, is there some reason we're not drawing the ski slopes on there? And there's like nothing that identifies any restaurants or points of interest separate and apart from the trails. So my question is there going to be like another side to this thing that might focus more on that and blow up the main part of
Kind of like the
town?
map you have on the
Oh,
visitor
you know
center.
the cartoony map?
Yeah, the cartoony map.
Which
is
has
the
all of-
inset on the back.
That might be a good inset, because that'll have all the restaurants.
Yeah, and it doesn't show the lay of the ski slopes on
Okay.
there too. And even the silly little map I give away at least shows, you know what I'm saying?
Because when I was down at Buckeye, that's the map we gave out the most,
Yeah.
was the cartoon map. So,
Yeah, because that doesn't make sense to some people.
Okay, so those are some things that.
I think it's a
we would
great,
like to
I think it's
add.
a nice highlighter for the trails, but I think it focuses a lot on the trails.
Well, the primary request for maps is trails, and secondary is roads. So we have a little one-page thing that we give out that Sean Royal updates for us, and he has to update it a lot because the businesses change all the time. And I don't want to spend $5,000 printing these and then have the businesses all change. But if the trails and roads are not going to change. So putting those on one big, large format, and then maybe having the
Well, like I
inset.
said, the backside or
Yeah,
something
having on the
that,
back, we can have what's what's current
Yeah.
on the back, but then also.
I don't see a problem with that.
something.
I'd like to see the cartoon map, honestly. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's just a real quick thing that.
It's,
Sean
we
did.
actually went, "Wee," and then put the buildings in, and that
Yeah,
was
I mean,
it,
that's
so.
neat.
And I think it would behoove you to put the Overlook barn out here. Where's Pinnacle Inn? Oh, you got Pinnacle Inn. You know,
Is
for
it
people
within the
looking for
town?
venues,
That's a good
It's not in
idea.
the town,
Is it way over
but
there?
it
Yeah, 'cause
is
that's Dad's house.
really heavily.
to Overlook barn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like we say Two Banner Elk, we could say that.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I know.
too.
So
I think
is
that's
that,
nice.
is
Yeah.
that a
That's
fixture
really
to do,
smart.
or do we have to have Sean,
Which one, I'm sorry?
to add the Overlook barn, just a little? to
Just
the-
an arrow out there.
Yeah, the overlook, I can add that's not a problem. We can actually put the slopes on here. It may be even good to take
I
off
mean, just to put
the
a
summer
feature on
road.
the tourists.
It's
Uh,
not supposed to use.
Buckeye Lake.
I mean, it's pretty much blocked off now, isn't it? Because it's pretty bold right now, and we do have the slopes that we can put on there to show
Buckeye
them.
Rec Center needs to be added on here.
Yeah, that was going to be part of when we add the parks. We'll put Buckeye and the fire station playground and that sort of thing.
Well, and you're gonna be making a little loop trail, or it's gonna make a little
Mrs.
loop trail
Preston,
around.
Uh-huh.
when you say when you add parks, is this like the first draft of?
It is, well, yeah, I just want to bring you guys something to show you where I'm going with it, and then make sure that, I've kind of got the right direction, and there's,
Yeah.
Well, do we have a consensus on adding the cartoon map to the back with the businesses, the ski resort, the barn? We're comfortable with that.
Yeah.
We're comfortable with adding the parks on the
Yeah.
next draft.
Yeah,
That's good.
it looks great, thank you for.
Sean, can I ask you one more
Do y'all
question? I'm
have a
sorry.
name for the new venue?
Not, he hasn't told me yet, at least.
and certainly if you guys have any more, you think of something, or you're looking at it later, and you have something, just email me, and
Oh, yes, sir.
we'll be sure and get it on there, and then I'll try to bring this back to you, or give it to Kate to bring to you, and then we'll get it finalized hopefully, and
Mountain trails.
get it printed.
Mountain hiking.
Sean, one thing that we had talked about when we were at our meeting is kind of making this map, current and everything, but also if there's any way for like the hiking technology, you know how we have like the GoPro and people can send you guys GoPro video of their hike or their biking, or, we were trying to bring it to like a younger generation and kind of put some kind of technology in there. So is there any hiking stuff out there that's state of the art? And I know for the biking, they're doing cool stuff.
I mean, there's a ton of apps that just people can use to find our trails. We've talked about it in our rec committee meetings. A lot of them, they're similar to Wikipedia. Anybody can go out and name a trail whatever they want to, and put it on the app. We have started a Facebook page just for Emerald Outback. And that's to be user friendly. People can post their videos, fit photos there. On this,
So maybe we could
on the
put that
backside,
on
we could
that.
say follow us on Facebook, and when they see that, they could do something. It could kind of be the same thing. Just follow. I don't know if you say follow beach trails or what. I don't know. That's just one avenue that we've done.
Would we be better off where we put Buckeye Rec Center or Beach Mountain Resort just to put their website, and then you could make any changes or additions or?
I don't think the font would be big enough. It'd be like reading.
No, I was trying to get an interactive aspect to the map, because like you said, most of the people that are coming up here are hiking. And the reason why they're coming here to hike instead of, and they do go do profile and they do the state parks and everything, the reason why I find that people come up here is we've got is it 29 miles or what are we at now?
I'm thinking around 25.
25?
Yeah.
We've got the 25 miles, there's all different levels, there's the waterfalls, the overlooks, and you have restaurants. Versus if you go to Mount Mitchell or you go to these, off of the Parkway, you're not in a little cute town or anything. So,
What's that, a QR code? Can we scan?
Was that?
I've seen the QR codes on a lot of maps. I don't know how much it's really used anymore, to be honest with you. One thing, this isn't really an app, but we could just have our web developer do this. When the map is put online, you can kind of have little hotspots. So as they're scrolling over with their mouse, a picture of the waterfall pops up, a picture of this. I mean, it's kind of like
that's what I'm looking
what
for.
Brooks had a few years ago with the Facebook signs around the mountain, but you just have that as an interactive map.
We have an interactive map of our rentals. So
Right. So exactly. So that could be.
Just something that brings
Something
us
to-
up to, you know,
Yeah.
technology.
That's out of my realm. I can't do that.
Oh,
but
come on.
Just
You can do
curious.
everything.
If
The
we
idea.
go with that kiosk, is that something we could implement, the map into the kiosk? Kind of like Sean's
If
talking
it
about?
was an interactive map on your website, then the kiosk can do it.
Put a touchscreen in there and let people tap it.
I think that's what I'm thinking.
That's okay. Well, that would be kind of go along with
So that would be a
board.
cool idea.
And you know how you're shortening all of the little synopsises of the trail and everything? Well, if they wanted to see further information about the trail, you probably have more verbiage on the website, so they could put their phone over the little QRL and the whole thing comes up, right?
To be quite honest, our website is not very welcoming with, this is a long conversation yesterday Kate and I had. We would like to hire another web developer, redo our website and start moving this in that forward direction. We're not happy with our website and just the way it is. So what we need to do is just, we'll just have Fred Fold do a voiceover and he'll read to everybody and have all the things on it. Yeah, so I think, you know, moving forward, there's different ideas, thoughts on the rec department side, I think with the TDA side as well, that will just bring together all the parks, all the trails, this map, everything. So there'll be more things coming from us towards you guys soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anything that you can kind of squeeze in here? I know, when do you need this? I know you needed this like 2 months ago, right?
I needed it like 2 years, whatever.
We started this years ago.
Well,
So, but if we could have it really for like April, it's not that difficult. I mean, we can,
Not much hiking.
yeah, we can make it through winter. But I've still got a little supply of those old ones, and we can make it through winter.
We have a large supply. The rec center.
With these trails, I see you've rated them moderate, easy, perfect. Are part of these trails animal friendly and part of these trails? Because I remember when we were designing the Emerald Outback, that agreement was no dogs. Whether they
I would
enforce it anymore or not, I don't know.
I don't know
But
the
are part
trails,
of-
so-
Are any of these,
All trails on beach are dog friendly. We do have a leash loft, so we ask that. Well, a leash ordinance, your dog has to
and
be
we
under
did make
control.
that easement without dogs, because I wanted to encourage the wildlife, not
Not to be chased by the dogs.
people turning
But
it
then
into a dog
Francis
walk,
Lighty said that it was okay to have dogs.
which I'll have revised that so that everything is dog friendly now.
Yes.
Is that where we are?
Yeah, yeah, it's a very dog friendly community, so we like to have them out.
Just point of clarification, because I thought at one point in time some were and some were not, and
That
whatever.
is how it was, like 5 years ago, we did have it, where there were some, and some not, and now it's all.
do we have a
it's all
consensus from everyone about the direction we want to move forward on the map?
Just one more question. Emerald Outback, what is the clock on that?
Is it use that clock? Technically, it's 2021 in November. I've had discussions with Paige. I'm going to talk to him again this month. I feel a little more confident better about it after our conversations a month ago.
Great. Good, good, good. Yay.
Hey,
Thank
Thanks,
you, Preston.
guys.
We
Thank you,
appreciate
thank
your
you.
time. Thank you.
Preston, do you want these back, darling?
No, you can have those.
Okay.
Yeah, just let me know if you see anything or if you have any other questions or
Yes,
comments.
sir.
All right,
Thank you for your time. Thank you, Preston. Next on the list is
Hey,
the,
one time when we went to print for maps, we emailed all the businesses and said, you want to order so many, and then we just left the amount of the order.
We can give them all the free ones down at Buckeye.
I don't want any of those.
They do require some drawing. You have to draw where things on the map will not, but
Well, just add to the scribbles. All right, moving on to the update with the Holland Billboard. Miss Kate has the information from the builders.
yeah, the Holland Billboard, we did finally get the engineer's report. And then I talked with Tim Holland, I sent it to him, and then we talked it through, and he felt comfortable with what the report said. Structurally, the base of it is fine, but the guy wires do need to be reconnected, and the posts actually are fine themselves too, but the framing may or may not be all in good shape up on the billboard face. So what the report says is that when somebody gets it there to pull the sheeting off, that at that point they may need to replace some of the framing too. But he felt like, the engineer felt like everything, you can leave it up there now just as it is, but it's not gonna blow over, but it looks bad and we can't use it because we can't send anybody up there.
Now, when you say engineer, that's the original engineer we already paid?
Yes,
That's
that
what-
was the
okay.
original engineer, because
Alright.
y'all
You told-
authorized me to say, if you can't give me the report, we want our money back.
Yeah.
And so, at that point, everything got better.
Now, when it comes to having somebody go to bid, will we use local or how will we outsource
Jim
it?
actually wanted to start with local people, so we sent it out to 3 local. We sent it to Andy at Pyramid, we
Mhm.
sent it to Jim Fry,
Okay.
and we sent it to RC Excavating, because they're all here on the mountain.
Okay.
So, we gave them a deadline of next Friday to give us back what they would do. And we asked that they do the things that are in the report, but also build the catwalk. Catwalk is not actually in the report, because that's not really a structural thing. It's a thing that is needed to be added in order to be able to use it as a billboard.
Yes, ma'am. Do you have any comments on that, folks?
I'm anxious to see it finished.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Hopefully the
I'm
price
getting
won't
tired
be-
of that one wrap. It's a good wrap to be up there forever, but I'm tired of seeing it.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to the website update. And I believe you already sent us out the link that we could view it like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, and it's not, it still needs some tweaks. It's not perfection. Like, I can go in the back end and find a rating page, but then when I go in through the front end, things aren't exactly where they need to be, but it's really, really good. And if you have not looked at it, go ahead and look at it. It is live, so just go to
Yeah.
btn.com.
So it's
New
and you can
photos
start
and
looking.
a fresh start, it looks.
The photos, we still need to change some out.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
some of them are changed, and we've got, we had like 300 entries to put in. We've got most of that done. So I'd say by this time next week, it'll be real nice and neat and orderly.
That's great.
The, kind of off topic a little bit, but on topic, the newsletter that went out, the Mountaineer, was great this time, very informative, upbeat and everything. Do you think that we could announce, or you would write an article about the new website for the next issue?
Oh, sure.
Would you do that?
Yeah,
Can
if
another
if
one
Sean
just-
will let
yeah,
me put
let's
it
do
in
it.
there. Sean says, make it real long. Yeah, we'll be glad to do that. Because it is a nice thing, and also, a lot of us have websites that we're refreshing and working on.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice
Well,
to
the
have
really neat thing that I find about the websites, especially if people have a good website, is when people call and they ask for all this information by phone, you sit there and you can say, hey, they've got a really good website, let me email it to you. So if we can get all of our residents to just start doing that, it's one-stop shopping for everybody.
Yeah.
So that's what I really encourage. And did they put on the side the share on Facebook, share on
Yeah.
Twitter and everything? Okay,
They've got social media links.
perfect.
Right.
And then fireworks update, we spent to Jayco, and they are planning on doing our fireworks on the 4th of July. We sent out a deposit of $7,000, and then the remainder will get paid by the town for their half of it. But then, we haven't really discussed this, but the price is either going to be $12,000 if they have to do the smaller shells, or if they get everybody certified that they're supposed to, it'll be $14,000 for the bigger shells. So the remaining amount will be $5,000.
Okay.
Curious if do we have scheduled a rain date with them, just in case? Is that gonna be an issue?
With
Just
the
'cause
old companies, with both of the old companies, I scheduled a rain date for the next day. If we had to do that, we never had to, because they came from way far away. These guys said what they would do is just do you a show any other time during the year. So if it rains and you decide, okay, well, I want fireworks for the holiday market, just come down and do fireworks for that. But any time during the year, yeah, anybody gets spice up.
You want more people there, right? Yeah.
I remember one year we did it long, and we did it to Labor Day, we did it to Halloween, we postponed it about 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, so, fortunately, we haven't had to do that in
Yeah,
recent
no.
years, but the
But
way
it
these
is
guys
beach mountain.
have the contract set up, we can pick another.
Okay.
just
And then
another
my
time.
next question is, it doesn't seem that much more expensive than the years previous.
But it's 3-inch ships, not 4 and 5, so.
Yeah, well, but it will be 4 and 5s
If they get certified
Right.
for an extra
Yes.
2,000. Okay. All right, thanks, Kate. And then the Retros 80s update, I just wanted to add that to the agenda because that is coming up next month.
Yeah.
So I feel like we should tackle
People
it.
need to start finding their 80s clothes.
Yeah.
We
They're still in
did-
my closet.
Where?
Some of us are not the same size, unfortunately, as we were. But the Retro 80s, we've got the bands planned, and Blue Monday is playing at Fraser's on Thursday for the kickoff. We've moved 80s prom to Thursday night, and it will happen at Fraser's. And then Friday and Saturday are at the tap room. Friday is same as they ever were. No, same as it ever was. Something, it's grammatically incorrect, but anyway, it's the Talking Heads throwback band. And then we've got Cassette Rewind. And Brandon and I talked yesterday. He's sending me some photos. I needed.
He show you the video yet?
No, I haven't
Oh,
seen the video,
that's a
but I
good
bet
one.
it's
Yeah,
good.
it's good.
Yeah, he's gonna send me some stuff because I told him I said I need fresh content for Beach TV, and if you would just give me stuff, so he's gonna send it to
That's
me.
awesome.
To put up. But we've got some good pieces in place. The one person I cannot get to call me back, and maybe you might have more clout with him, is Barry Clark, the Ecto-1 guy.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
favorite.
Yeah.
So-
He only showed up like 8 hours late last night.
Yeah, I know, but we do love the Ecto.
Yeah, no,
They're
of
kind
course.
ghosts, There was
Yeah.
a giant Pillsbury Doughboy right by the town
There
sign
was.
next to it. Somebody's gotta watch out for that kind of stuff. So,
What about Ghostbusters then?
so that's the Ghostbusters guy that we're waiting to hear back from, but the DeLorean guy is
Or
coming
DeLorean,
for
yeah,
sure.
my
Yeah,
bad.
he's coming for sure. So, he's
Do you
on.
need help with anything, Kate? Are you gonna need manpower, woman power?
We don't really need much manpower or woman power, because what we do is place all the events out in businesses.
Mhm.
So
Do we do a pancake breakfast last
we
year?
do a pancake
that
breakfast
still-
on Saturday, and the chamber will run that, and it's gonna be at Buckeye.
We do a Pac-Man.
We're not gonna do Pac-Man
Something
this
different?
year,
Okay.
because the same person won Pac-Man, and like last year, like maybe
3
6
times.
people signed up, and the same guy won, so, I
Mm-hmm.
keep handing the same guy the gift card every year.
All right.
Can you send us a kind of little announcement graphic thing that we can start giving out to guests as they come on
The
these other
poster
weekends?
should be done next week, and
Okay.
I'll bring you we make what size is this? 11 by
11 by
17?
17.
14.
Can
And then
you,
and then the ones that you can reduce so that you've got 4 to a page. that we
Yeah,
cut it
he's
for
gonna
the-
actually, format it in a little square size too.
and can you send us electronic version too, so we can send it out?
Yes, yeah, I'll be able to. But it's, you know, it's rolling right along. Now, for those of you on that committee, we are having a meeting tomorrow, and it's going to be in Sandy's office instead of at the resort, because we just want to kind of refresh, make sure everybody knows what the roles are. We've done this a lot of years, but, you know, it's still just to make sure everybody's on.
Who's
the
on
same page
first?
with everything.
Yeah, excuse me.
And hopefully we're gonna try to do cosmic sledding again, but, you know, after we perfected the art of spraying the sledding hill with the neon finger paint, we actually measured the scientific measurement of a gloop, you know, to see, yeah, the right number of gloops to go in per container of water for the broadcast. Then we didn't, it has rained like the last 3 years, so, anyway, we're working on that.
Thanks for the update with that. And then on to new business with the mid-year grant update. There is like a little Excel sheet towards the back of your packet. And Kate will go into detail, but this is pretty much just going to tell you who's received their grants from this previous year, that grant cycle. And I think there is one that was canceled that Kate can explain. I think they're not doing that golf tournament anymore.
Right.
Yeah, the club has let us know that you're not gonna be doing the fundraiser for Friends of the Beach. So, and we put in one thing down here at the bottom, you'll see unbudgeted, just so that we can reflect somewhere what we spent on something that you had not actually made a previous approval on. That's where we bought the computer. So, you know, your total of what you spent is more than your recommended, and that's because of the $924 for the computer.
Are you up and cooking now?
Yeah, it is.
Even your Outlook?
Yes, even Outlook, except weirdly, I've got two sections of Outlook. I've got my old stuff, pre-12/24, in one little chunk, well, one huge chunk, and then I've got all my new stuff. So that part I haven't quite figured out, but it is all in there, so thank
Good.
goodness.
And Kate, in order for them to receive their money, they turn in a receipt and all that?
They
for
can
the
turn in a receipt, or
materials
they can make a request,
Okay.
so.
And then also with the sled hill snow gun, I know a few people allocated money towards that. Does that reflect that balance, the 1065?
Yeah, that includes, some of y'all did not accept your grant and instead turned the
And
money over.
it did go to
Yeah,
that, correct?
that goes to this, and, Steve and I had to kind of puzzle through, did that transfer ever get made, and it did not, so, that's why it doesn't have an expended date on it.
Okay.
So we still owe that amount, and then up at the top, we still owe, the Pailful of Posies beautification, and we owe the Sound of Music, karaoke. And then we still owe, Beach Mountain Chalet rentals, but Wilson did come by, so I think they're gonna be ready to make that request. And then, Beechwood Realty signed in front of his building, we owe them. And then, other than the snow gun, that's all of those. And then the ones where we did a legacy or was an internal expenditure, we still owe the resort the music money. And the Christmas lights, Steve was trying to puzzle out, did Susie actually spend the Christmas lights money this year? And it's not clear yet whether she actually needed that or not, so you may not have to spend that money at all. And the reason is that she had money in her own budget for Christmas lights. So it may be something that you end up not spending. Okay, then on the bands, most of that's gonna go out this next month. People will be paying for bands this month. And we still have some of the money, the Beach TV money, because we still may need to buy a piece of hardware. I spent $25. I bought a VGA converter online and installed it myself. But we still may do a modulator because it's still just not working exactly like it should. But for the most part, all this other, we actually have gotten all this other expended, so. We felt like this part needed to be done before we moved money, any money
Sure.
out of the account. Which you don't want. Like the money to savings and then.
Is $1,000 for photography internal?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little on that?
Yeah, the photography, if it's internal, that means nobody else has to arrange it, nobody else is setting it up. We usually use Todd Bush. The only thing we've spent on that so far was, we had to purchase picture. It was a black-throated green warbler. That's what it was, black-throated green warbler. And we didn't have any local pictures of that. So we purchased a picture from a guy named Jacob Spinlow in New Mexico, who had actually taken it here in the Blue Ridge Mountains. We purchased a picture from him for the ads, but the other 900 will be, we do need some more photography.
Especially for the new website.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I was
So
wondering.
we need new ad shots, a lot of ad shots. So we still have.
So that'll be a
900.
professional sort of
Yeah.
photography service.
Yeah. Probably Todd.
Thank you, Miss Kate, we appreciate it. All right, Miss Mandy, if you'll give the chamber report.
Not a lot to say. It's kind of a quiet time of the year. We are working on the pancake breakfast and maybe a couple other fundraisers later in the year.
Awesome. And then back to Miss Kate on the marketing and director's report.
Okay, I included what I gave to the town council, and we have had the winner announced for the sweepstakes. She's actually coming January 31st and February 1st, and she'll be skiing and touring the mountain. And then here's some of the coverage that we've gotten. We've had a Winter Break Blues piece in the East Tennessean. The Atlanta Parent did a skiing in North Carolina mountains. Two of the magazines in the Raleigh area, Midtown Magazine and Cary Magazine, did a little piece for fall, and I didn't know they'd done it, so they just sent us this link, and I added it into this one. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution did a good article about driving distance from Atlanta and places that have good snow. So, I think we're doing pretty well in the Atlanta area, and pulling people past the lower elevation ski resorts too. So maybe the weather's helping us a little bit there. And then Jen Schroeder, who some of y'all helped me host this past year, she did a really, really good article on things to do in the North Carolina fall, which featured us. In December, we had 1,906 visitors in the visitor center. Seemed like more, but that was greater than the 1,898 for last year. Our occupancy tax is up 52.36% over the previous year, and we have had visitors who, not surprisingly, came in to find out what to do when there's no snow. That was like our number one request, and that was during that time period where we just didn't have good snow things. And then number two, they were coming in for the sledding hill when it was available, and then they, of course, always come in to ask us where the Beach Mountain Resort is and how to get there and what to do when they get there. And we had people coming from 10 states, most of them were from Florida, and interestingly, you would expect most of them from South Florida this time of year, but we had a lot from Central Florida too, so we got good broad coverage. I did you a little graphic on November tax receipts over the last 5 years, because for this month reports November. And you can see that you have increased fourfold from what you had collected 5 years ago. That is really good, because one of the things y'all decided when you were making your goals for your own plan 5 years ago was that you wanted to expand off-season. And so working on May, working on November, and then eventually we'll figure out something to do with April, but May and November would be. So November is definitely looking better.
Yay.
Okay, two things that I want to mention to y'all. I may be coming back to you again for more funding for the laptop we have is apparently not able to turn on anymore. It used to be one that Lauren used, but it belongs to the TDA, and it just hasn't been used by anybody in a while. So we may end up needing to purchase another computer. Right now, the other person in the office uses the chamber computer, but we really need to have.
Did you not buy one yet? I thought we.
Well, we bought the TDA computer. Yeah, because mine just died. But the laptop, which was the other computer that the other person helped with TDA stuff was supposed to work, now it looks like it's also dying. So.
Gotcha.
Or possibly dead. It's hard to tell. It's kind of like a turtle. It's all holding its shell.
The battery could be changed in it, do you know?
It plugs in, comes on, but it just doesn't do anything. So anyway, but let's wait and see, because my next exciting news is that we are interviewing. We've got 2 people to interview tomorrow, and we've got 2 to interview on Monday to get a person in there. Elena and I have done a masterful job of going through ski seasons before with just the 2 of us, but hopefully we will not have to do that this year. So feels very, very positive. So. Oh, and one other thing, we had a really excellent meeting yesterday. Jim McCarty hosted it over at the Freighters Tavern. He closed down and just hosted it for a couple of the local businesses, and Bob came and talked to businesses about how the town and businesses could work together. It was a really excellent meeting. So
We had ski shops, the resort, the club, restaurant owners, lodging partners, obviously the town manager, the TDA director, so it was a really productive meeting.
yeah, and it was really a wide variety of issues that came up in that meeting. It was just because Bob's take on it was, tell me what it is you're thinking about, and people were thinking about all kinds of things.
Not to mention that's the first time that anything like that has ever occurred from
Yeah.
what I've heard, so that's very encouraging.
That's like so cool, and believe it or not, it's only a day later, but I've heard really some good feedback on that from some of the businesses. It would really be cool, I think, if we extended that and did the same type of thing, but for families. Right now, we're seeing an increase of families getting on this mountain.
Good.
And we really do not have a lot of services for families. You have chicken nuggets, but there's certain things, and daycare, and I don't know whether we'd ever really be able to provide things for them. But I know, Sean, you've seen definitely some of the Swadleys and the Rodriguezes, and there's just a lot of families that are getting on this mountain, and they're full timers. So I think that might be another area that we could maybe help some of our residents and just give them a sounding board.
Yeah, that's a community development issue, and community development is a big part of economic development. It's giving people a sense of belonging.
Sure.
Because one of the things, somebody actually used the word camaraderie yesterday, and that was a wonderful way to refer to it, to get all those people in the room who don't necessarily get in the room together. And a few of them did not know each other, which was, that's always surprising to me on Beach Mountain, that people don't know each other. But yeah, a few of them did not know each other. So it was a really good experience. So, but the rest of this report is actually what I got just today I had a conference call with our pineapple people. And so I put in basically the outline of our call. They are still working on their spring pitching. We're going to be focusing on casting a line, which is what how they're referring to our fishing initiative, because fishing will bring people
I'm
into
telling you, April.
Yeah.
Fish
that will be
Fest.
April.
I'm telling you, Fish Fest.
Yeah, I'm all for it, absolutely all for it. And so Pineapple is distributing that pitch, and they're also pitching Romance in the Mountains still for spring, because it is quieter. You know what? Not everybody wants to be where it's busy and active. So we've got those two getting ready to go out. And then we've got an influencer coming February 7th through 9th. And she is a family-focused one, so she'll be bringing kids and her husband. And then, of course, we've got that, the winner. January 1st.
Remember, didn't Pineapple tell us that if they had known more about Kate's Mutter, that they could have really helped pitch it to different markets?
We did give them all that information about the mud run, but
Okay.
they didn't have a lot of pictures or graphics or anything.
Mhm.
And we've got a video now, so that's.
And some really cute pictures, so.
Yeah. So I think that the mud run will be, then to that end, I'm actually getting ready to propose, when I read you on the next page where, when people are coming, to propose that we ask them to push one of these influencers to the mud run. On the next page, we've got someone who wants to come March 27th or 30th or April 10th through 13th, and I'm saying no. I don't want them to come then because.
Stick season, there's nothing going on.
Well, and restaurants, we don't have restaurants open. And Fred's is very good to me, and I appreciate Fred's tremendously, but I don't want to send somebody to Fred's, you know, say, you don't get any supper anywhere, but you can.
Not a very impressive time of year.
Yeah, so, I am going to request, as long as it's okay with you guys, that they pull them back into late ski season, if those people will come before the 21st. And then the next people, Jade Brodas, she is actually a very athletic influencer, and she does activities with her daughter and her husband, and I would think she would be a mud run person.
Yeah. I bet if you send,
Hop on the mud run.
yeah.
Send
I bet
them-
if you send them the video, that they would get hooked.
Yeah, so they're proposing for her to come April 1st through 3rd, and I just think, no, that's wrong. So I'm going to tell them that y'all have requested that this person come from that time. And then on to the digital marketing, we do have a couple things running. Because we're not in a place where we digitally market, you'll never see this, but just this last page, I had them just give me just a little screenshot of what if I was somebody searching for, maybe I'm just typing in trips in North Carolina, or I'm typing in skiing or whatever. You'll see these little shots, and the bottom one is just general, you know, affordable vacations, and then these other two are actually marketing those packages. So I feel like we're doing real well with Pineapple. They've kind of caught on to who we are.
That's good.
But they haven't caught on that April's not.
Yeah.
It's not beautiful yet. It will be beautiful for fishermen, but it's not real beautiful.
Thank you, Kate. We'll
Possibly
do,
ice fishing.
yeah,
Yeah.
ice fishing, penguins. We'll do board comments. We'll start with you, Colby.
Nothing in particular.
You've been wall-to-wall booked and everything?
Pretty good. You know, it was over the holidays, people were friendly, having a good time, and very few complaints about the weather. So,
How's this weekend look for you? Nice.
nothing much this weekend.
It's pretty much that.
What about MLK? How are you guys doing? Are you all booked up
Not,
MLK?
not booked up, but
Yeah, it's
looking
about half-ish, I guess. It's been warmer lately, the past few years in MLK, so.
Mhm.
Well, it used to rain every MLK. Now we're
It's
getting
harder to
sunshine.
sail.
You know, now so much online booking, the time, the distance ahead that they book, it gets shorter every year.
It
It
does.
does.
Mhm.
It's because they want to wait and go where our throat. The last
Watching that
minute.
weather.
Didn't,
Last
remember
minute.
end of last year, Talia sent us that data, and I think she was saying that the average was only like 13 or 14 days out.
Unless it's
That's
a big group
crazy.
that the whole family has to plan far out, but the smaller the group,
Yeah.
my observation is the smaller the group, the less lead time they wait on the weather.
The one difference this year is my bigger stuff booked first, and the Four Seasons booked later for the holidays, the smaller
Same with
stuff.
mine. Same with mine.
To keep you guys on your toes, different trends.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But we did have a lot of new faces over the holidays, you know. I mean, we always have people that come back and do the same thing every year, but a lot of new faces this year.
That's a good thing. For me, I just have just a question on the mutter. Did we do the seed money for that? And then are we doing the seed money again this year? And do you guys need any help or what's going on?
Got big dreams.
Dumb question, Sandy. Thought I would throw it out there. I'm looking at the budget here, so.
What did we just do?
We gave you 5.
Yeah, towards obstacles and.
We know we want to do bigger obstacles, more mud, try to make it, I guess, how to put it,
Muddier?
You know, so I think some obstacles kind of fell a little short of last year, so we're trying to make it more professional. Kate was looking at some timing systems, and as many races as we do per year, we may actually look to buy a clock, not a timing system, but a clock, so that'll come up later, but.
That's cool.
So we still have the base of the race. I mean, last year definitely gave us a steady foot of certain obstacles that were awesome.
Right.
There were definitely obstacles that was like, oh, okay. You know, it just didn't live up to expectations. So this year I'd like to revamp some of the obstacles and make them better and more exciting.
Sure.
Michael Holland said it was about 20 miles too short.
If we do the races for Michael, we won't have anybody.
He needs to race all of the trails.
Yeah, I was gonna say all 25-mile trails.
He actually did turn around and run the other way, so, yeah. Yes, he did, so.
He's like a Mario.
Right, come on. Well, let us know, you know, ahead of time and, you know, what we can do to help, because we do need May.
Yeah, sure.
And we're bumping out the week. It's Mother's Day weekend.
Yeah,
Late night.
yeah, I think that would be good.
So is is it officially renamed? Is it Mother's
It's gonna
Day?
be in Cold Mud, but
Okay.
we're brave, like, it's Mother's Day weekend.
I'm gonna just
Yeah.
keep going to Mutter, okay.
Anything else?
Are they still having the foot race in May?
The what race?
The foot race,
Yeah, that's it.
That's the motor?
the mud run?
You mean the natural?
The metric.
No, we haven't had that.
I thought that was a bike race.
That was a bike race.
I guess it was, I was thinking it was a foot.
And then we got the cooler
If your
5.
bike breaks, if your bike breaks, if your
Yeah.
bike broke, you have to walk.
We gotta get out there before 5.
I got a couple notes. Kate already tackled the town manager and the businesses meeting. That was really productive. According to Mom and Kate, the visitor center has went through a lot of toilet paper, which is a good sign. As I mentioned earlier, the November numbers, that was awesome. I don't know why and how, but if we could keep that up every November, that would close that season gap, because November is that really tough month, just similar to April and May and late March, you know, so that's good. We're closing one gap at least. Let's see. Oh, we have exciting, the rest of ski season's left. Hopefully it'll be cold, God willing. We got the 80s weekend, and then obviously, like Kate said, if you haven't seen Our State magazine, look at it. You can get a copy at Fred's, and it's got the mountain just beautifully white, and it's just awesome. And then I'll be officially resigning as chair right now, so I'm assuming I'll let Calder adjourn the meeting after comments, but it's been awesome serving with you guys, so thank you.
It's been awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
It has.
Thank you.
No, thank
Appreciate
you.
your service.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Good luck.
Yes,
in your
ma'am.
new endeavor.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
My turn? Y'all looking at me?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really have comments in terms of that, but 2 little questions back here on the money thing. The computer. Do we need to make a motion to buy one? What do we do here to get
What you looking into?
Yeah, what we did when the other one
Budgeted.
crashed was I
Emailed
emailed
all
all
of
of
us.
us and asked for
Everybody ran.
permission to.
Well, do we need to amend our budget to add another
We
one
may
in?
not
or-
need to actually amend the budget because we're spending less than we anticipated spending.
So do we give you permission, or are you
Well,
just going and
wait.
doing it?
Yeah,
Did-
we can wait
Wait
and
until
I'll
it's-
email y'all when I find out for sure if it's dead and never coming back to life.
Because we have some unclaimed grant money potentially, right? The Beach Mountain Club, right?
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
250 that's not gonna
okay.
be used there, and that 7,500.
Yeah, may not be used.
So,
Well,
So,
I know, as we all know, that Susie takes a lot out of her own pocket to achieve a lot of these things, and I would like to encourage someone to get with her, because something tells me we owe her or somebody at
yeah,
least
see, we
a
never
portion
pay
of
her,
that.
but we pay the town back for stuff, so that's what Steve's looking into to see if there's
Well,
something.
Anything that can be done to help her not take it out of her
Well,
pocket.
because
I
wasn't that the
know
original
she
thing that we
does.
were gonna buy a lower priced ornament and the balance was gonna be used to upgrade
electric.
Wire.
electric and wiring and lighting?
That's partially.
And I think she had talked to Bob
Separate
about
line.
going around and looking at it.
Didn't we put money towards the ornament
We
and
can.
we set aside like
Yeah,
$5,000 maybe?
Yeah.
Just say X
For
amount of
upgrade.
money.
4362
But
is
for that
left.
reason, and then, so,
You've got it right here on your budget. It's under internal, you've got holiday, ornament, and decor. And you budgeted 11,000, you spent 6,638 in November, and you have a remaining balance of 4262
Say it.
to be used for
Okay.
electricity. But then you've got down here the lights, the Christmas lights, which are always all of the string lights that she puts up and any of her other decor that she does. And that did not get billed to us. So it may be, our problem was a lot of that happened in October, November. And so there's still a little bit of gray area. So we may owe some of that, we may not. And by next month, we'll be able to tell you for sure if that
Well,
was all.
and even if she won't come up with a receipt, perhaps a bonus of some sort could be considered for her, because I know
She puts a lot of effort in.
she does a lot that comes out of her pocket that she doesn't complain about, but I just think a little monetary acknowledgement there would be hugely appreciated by her. And since we're rolling in the bucks,
Don't say that. Don't say that.
look at all that,
I'm
all
not
that new, all
on
that
this a few
November.
times. Yeah.
No, but you are doing very, very well, because you haven't even hit one of your big months. You haven't hit December.
I know.
and
So does that mean we're
December,
moving our
January,
spring retreat to Kiowa?
Yeah, right.
Hawaii, I bought tickets already.
Caribbean, Carolina to Caribbean.
Miss Navy, do you?
Are we advertising for the town of Beach Mountain in Alabama?
We are.
I've
Yeah.
seen a lot of Alabama tags.
Birmingham.
So,
We are.
just glad to see that. Somewhere different.
That market popped up maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It popped up as sort of a potential, because we were keeping track of where people were calling from and where people were looking at us from on the website. And so we started putting a little money into that.
Are we doing any in Louisiana?
Nothing in
So I'm
Louisiana,
getting some.
but the North Carolina visiting sea people are putting some.
I'm getting some Louisiana.
Usually we get a little bump around Mardi Gras time because they're looking to get out of town.
We used to do that for the Air and Sea Show. Everybody used to try to get the heck out of Dodge.
Anything else? Again, Jimmy, thank you for your service.
Yes, thank you,
Yeah, it
Jimmy.
was a pleasure.
Are you sure you're like really leaving this time?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're really resigning now for like real?
Yeah.
So now we can get you a present?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, good
All
deal.
right, you have a motion for adjournment?
Motion. I guess I can't say.
Yay!
Goodness gracious.
I'll kind of over here.
Yeah, easy, yeah.
I know, right?